Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Another beautiful day in the Caribbean, but I have some interesting news for you my friends. If you have, if you're an African or you're Jamaican or you're Caribbean national and you are in the United States of America and you have dual citizenship, a green card and an American passport and a Jamaican passport at the same time, or you have any Caribbean passport and an American passport at the same time, you're dual citizen, which means you have dual citizenship, or you have a green card and you're in America, or if you're African and you have an African passport and an American passport or green card, or you have dual citizenship. Listen, I want you to listen carefully to what I have to say today, my friends. There's a lot of tricks being played in America right now. Recently, just a few days ago, a woman from Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, in Africa, West African country, right next to Ghana. She has a dual citizenship. She have an Ivory Coast citizenship and she have a U.S. Citizenship. She left the U.S. a few days ago. But here's what happened. She left the U.S. apparently using her U.S. passport, and when she entered Ivory Coast, she pulled out her Ivory Coast passport and used it at the immigration in Ivory Coast, Africa to get in. And then she left Ivory Coast with her maybe Ivory Coast or US passport. And when she entered the US again, she pulled out her American passport to get back into the US. But guess what? Here's the problem. When she tried to get back into the US now, she was stopped and detained. Why? Because the records in the US immigration just show that she left the US using an American passport. And when she entered the US again, that passport, her American passport, didn't have any stamp in it to say she arrived anywhere. So there was discrepancies in that passport. So the immigration held her. And here's what US immigration laws are saying. Using your US passport, when entering and leaving the United States, dual citizens must use their US passport. Jamaica allows dual citizenship. For example, if you have a Jamaican passport and you have an American passport and you leave the US using your US passport, and then when you go to Jamaica, you pull out your Jamaican passport and use it, that is a big problem. When you re-enter in the US, you will have problems because the records doesn't show that you arrived at any port. Remember, the Jamaican passport that you have, it will have to show that you have a visa in it. So if they check your Jamaican passport when entering the US again, or they may say, oh, you don't have a visa, we can detain you because this is some kind of fraud because you're using both passports. That can happen. Also, if you have a green card, a US green card, you're only allowed 6 months out of the United States of America. So if you spend more than 6 months outside the country, when you're coming back now, you can have major issues coming back. My advice is that If you have a Jamaican passport, a Bajan passport, Trinidad and Tobago passport, Antigua passport, Grenada, Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis passport, Bahamas passport, and you're in America right now, and you have both American passport and your Caribbean passport, or an American passport and an African passport, and you're traveling out of the US, my advice to you is to use your US passport all the way through. Meaning when you leave the US, you give the immigration that passport. When you arrive in Jamaica or in any other Caribbean nations, you give them that American passport. Same with Africa. And then when you leave in Jamaica again, you give them back that American passport, and you arrive back in the US, you give them your US passport. So they will be able to track on your US passport where you are. But if you're using one passport to leave and another passport to enter, they won't like that very much. The laws, that will be a red flag in the US system. And under Donald Trump, since he signed that executive order of mass deportation, all kind of things are happening now, my friends. So to be sure, to be certain, don't take any chances. If you're dual citizenship, if you have a dual citizenship and you're leaving America, use your American passport all the way. From America, you give the immigration your passport. When you enter Jamaica, you give them that passport. When you leave in Jamaica, give them back your US passport. When you enter in the US, give them that same passport. You use that same passport all the way. Once you're in Jamaica or the Caribbean and you're gonna do any business there, then you can show them your Jamaican passport because you're in the country already. But for immigration purposes, it is not wise to have a US dual citizenship and using one passport to leave, one passport to enter, one passport to enter, one passport to leave. Immigration doesn't like that very much. So it will flag in the system and they can detain you, and it will be a lot of problems for you, my friends. Jamaican immigration is saying, laws are saying, using passports. Dual citizenship should enter and exit Jamaica using their Jamaican passport and use their US passport when traveling to and from the US. Let me read that again. Dual citizens should enter and exit Jamaica using their Jamaican passport and use their US passport when traveling to and from the US. This is what Jamaican laws are saying. But what does this mean? Let's say you live in Jamaica. You have a dual citizenship and you are US citizen and you are Jamaican, but you live in Jamaica and you want to travel to the US. They are saying that you have to use your Jamaican passport to leave Jamaica to go to the US, and then when you're coming back, use the same Jamaican passport. But here's the problem. If that Jamaican passport doesn't have a US visa in it, guess what will happen at US immigration? They can stop you again. They can say, oh, you doesn't have a US passport in here. I mean, US visa in this passport. Then at that point, if you pull out your US passport, they can say, they don't understand this. They can detain you. And they can write up all kind of laws. I don't know. They can do anything at the airport. They have the powers. Especially now, Donald Trump is in power. Immigration, ICE, FBI, police, they have superpowers now, my friends. So don't take any chances. If you're a US citizen and you're a Caribbean citizen at the same time, or an African citizen and a US citizen at the same time, and you're living in America, you can leave the US for years, 30 years if you want, and travel back to the US at any time. But my advice to you is to use that US passport when leaving the US and when entering the US. Do not take the chance with America right now, because they're doing all kinds of things. There's reports coming out, my friends, that ICE people can pay. ICE can pay informants, family members to inform on you, to say, oh, you're an illegal immigrant, and then they will come and pick you up, and the family member will get like 700, 800, 900, 1,000 US dollars from ICE. That is happening in America right now. There's lots of tricks going on in America. If you're in America illegally right now, this is the worst time to be in America illegally, my friends. My advice to you is to either lay low or leave the country, because if they catch you and you're deported from the country, that can be more problems for you. Only you know your situation. So if you're going to take a chance and stay in the US, don't commit any crime. Do not commit any crime. That's the worst thing to do. Once police hold you, no traffic tickets, nothing. If you're driving, drive carefully. I wouldn't even say you shouldn't even drive if you're an illegal immigrant in the US. Don't drive, catch public transport. Don't go out much, stay out of trouble, because if you commit a crime as an illegal immigrant, you're gone, my friends. Let me know what you think about this video of the information I just shared with you, and comment your thoughts and opinion on what you think about this topic. If you're watching for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking this video, sharing it with all your friends and family, and most importantly, comment your thoughts and opinion on what you think about this topic today, and let's have a wonderful interactive conversation. The mission of this channel is to bridge the gap between the African continent and the African diaspora. The African diaspora includes the Caribbean nations, African Americans, Afro-Canadians, Afro-Europeans, Afro-British, Africans in South America. We are one nation, stronger than ever, my friends. And the African continent is the 54 countries in Africa. The mission of my channel is to bridge the gap between the African continent and the African diaspora. I also have a travel channel. Make sure to check it out in the link in this description box and subscribe to that channel. Also, you can become a member of my channel by clicking the link in this description box and signing up to become a member and support the journey of bridging the gap between the African continent and the African diaspora. My name is Beyond, and I bring to you videos every day. I try to post every day now on information that affect the African continent and the African diaspora, which includes the Caribbean, African Americans, Afro-British, Afro-Canadians, Afro-Europeans. So please come back tomorrow for the next video, and feel free to watch all my other videos on my channel. My name is Beyond, and I'm signing out now. I'll see you again in the next video. Much love. And for the beautiful ladies out there watching my channel, happy Valentine's Day, and may today bring you lots of love. I'm showing you love right now. I'm sending out lots of love for you right now on this special Valentine's Day. And man, thank you for watching my channel, and I'll see you again in the next video. Much love. Bye bye.